What is going on, all you spies? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed. This is Reviewed number 58, and today I'm going to be reviewing Disney Pixar's Toy Story.
You got a friend in me.
Toy Story. Good movie. Very good movie. It was actually Pixar's first 3D animated movie released in 1995. And it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it still does. It's a really good movie. I like it because it's so heartwarming. It has all these amazing characters. I mean, it's not the best movie in history, but it made Pixar's studio rise. And the fourth one's coming out. I believe it's 2019. But yeah, this movie, it's basically toys that come to life. Basically, it's the idea of when a kid, which is Andy, when he's not playing with his toys, what do the toys do when they're not being played with? And then they come to life and they have voices in it. It's really awesome. In this movie, it has to do with Woody and Buzz and all the other characters. You got Slinky Dog, you got Ham, who basically this piggy bank. You got Mr. Potato Head, you got Bo Peep, which is basically love interest for Woody, and you got a bunch of other characters like Andy and Sid and his mom, and it's basically Andy's moving, and basically the characters have to, well, they get introduced to Buzz, and then they have to like stay out of trouble, and they get in the car on the way to the planet, and then Sid takes them accidentally because he's in this planet is kind of this it's like a space pizza place. I think Chuck E. Cheese or any of those pizza places except space. So yeah, I thought the character of Sid was really just evil, but like in a really good way. Like they really did a good job with that character. And I believe the re-release had the new Disney intro, which is the one that is starting and then it goes down to the castle, which I love that one because Buzz is one of those characters. He's different from everyone else. He's convinced that he's not a toy. He's the actual Space Ranger. It's really fun because Tim Allen does the voice for Buzz, and then Tom Hanks does the voice of Woody, which is really great because Tom Hanks is a phenomenal actor. But there's actually a character called Ham, who's this piggy bank thing. He's voiced by this one guy, basically the Pixar legend. He's voiced like at least one character in every movie from Pixar, which is really amazing. I mean, think of it that even if he's not playing the same character, he's playing different characters throughout all these different movies. Even if it's a cameo appearance or a supporting role, it's amazing how you can do voices for different characters, or at least the same voice of different characters. But it was really good. I mean, you got this. I mean, it's a pretty short movie. It's only like 80 minutes long. I saw a play that was a little over an hour, and it really did justice with the movie. I mean, they take out stuff that wasn't in the movie, or that was in the movie. It was like really possible to do on stage. But in this movie, it was it was one of those really amazing movies that brings you childhood. Like it's fictional toys. Actually, you can still buy the toys, but the fictional toys. I love the original stuff. And the song "You Got a Friend in Me," that was an amazing song. I loved it. It's just a really entertaining movie with a really some original stuff in it. It's pure entertainment. I love it. It's not a favorite movie, no, by far my favorite movie. But it's definitely a very good one considering it had 100% Rotten Tomatoes, which is very good. So overall, I thought the plot was really decent. Then it's moving. These toys get they get taken away by Sid, and he starts doing things, and then Buzz convinced he's a toy because we're like, you are a toy, you are a child's plaything, and he's like, I'm not a toy, and he's like, I'm a Space Ranger, and of course, I think the idea that when Buzz is first introduced to the movie, everyone's like, he's the new god. He's like everyone likes Buzz more than Woody, and Woody's all jealous, and then in the end they work together, and it's like, that's character development right there. You have two characters. It doesn't matter if they're animated or not. They happen to be toys, but they're animated, and they're you go from them being, Woody really being jealous of Buzz for him basically become the leader of everything, and everyone likes Buzz. Everyone likes Buzz. I was gonna say everyone likes Woody, but no. Originally everyone liked Woody, but then when Buzz comes in the frame, and then everyone's likes Buzz more, and then Woody becomes jealous, and then later on they are taken to this other place, Sid's house, where with other like terrifying toys. I thought the toys in that part of the movie were really funny, or really crazy. There was this baby with this metal it's like a spider with like a mechanical spider legs, with a baby's head that doesn't have any hair. It's got like spikes in her hair, and then has an actual hooker, which is I think that's supposed to be like a strip club reference or something. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like the most adult thing they could put in the movie. I don't know what they were going with that. But they had like a duck. There's actually a scene where Sid's sister, asks what he's doing or whatever, and then he takes her toy and puts it in, gives it a pterodactyl head, which is like the worst punishment for a toy ever. Basically punishes toys because he can, and that was pretty crazy. But I know overall it's a very good movie. It's full of laughs. It's funny. It's humorous. That's the same thing, but it's it's a wonderful story of of compassion and work teamwork and creepy. In the end, there was a creepy part where Woody comes to life because the only way they can save themselves and get back to the car is to be not like come to life while Sid is playing with them. He says reach to the sky, and then Sid freaks out because he's like being chased, but and then of course it's like if Sid's like, oh my god, no, all these toys are going alive, no one's gonna believe him, of course. So that was pretty funny. That concept of that is pretty funny, but overall it's good animation. I mean, I've noticed that from this movie to now, the animation style has improved a lot because the technology has improved obviously. And I love the fact that Toy Story was the first Disney Pixar animated film. I think that Tin Man or whatever that thing was the first, I think, short movie, but this is the first actual. A feature length movie is usually about 80 minutes long, or more. I think the shortest it can be any feature length movie can be is 80 minutes long, maybe shorter. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know how long a feature length movie is anymore. Like, because when they made feature length, it could be any amount of time, but this is the animation has subsequently changed from this movie to, let's say, Inside Out or Finding Dory or any of those new Pixar movies that have come out in the past. But yeah, it's a really fun movie to watch. It's fun. It's has good has a good score, has good character. The characters they have are really original. Like they don't even invent. They just created them on the spot in the computer, and of course they later released them as actual figurines in marketing, which is really interesting. But for this movie, it was original. It was like an original story, like a what if scenario, kind of what they did with Tickle Pets, which I have yet to see. But this movie I really liked it. It was a heartwarming movie. The characters were really good. The voice acting was fun. One of those classic kids movies from like animated kids movies. But I think with the technology they had, they really did a good job with actually making it good. I mean, it didn't look the best, but for a 1995 movie, I mean, you just put maybe color, or you put maybe black and white for some movies, but of course color had been around for decades, so you had that ability. But with this movie, it looked decent. It looked very, very good. Heck, the poster didn't look very good, but the actual movie looks amazing. And I loved it. I didn't love it. I just I loved it. It was fun. It was family friendly. One of those just fun family movies that's just really good, and has an amazing score. It has some really creative characters. Overall, the plot is really, really nice. And the characters, Sid is just, you gotta love Sid. He's just the perfect kid. He's a perfect, mean kid. And the Pizza Planet truck has been always a thing, and this is the first time you see it. And then later it appears, and you see cameo appearances of the Pizza Planet truck. I don't know why it's always there, but it's always been a thing for a Pixar movies to have it there. And it's been on every movie. It's like a kind of like A113 in a way, which is that's actually the first time that it's actually in this movie was A113, the city that had it. The Pizza Planet track has been always there to every movie in some form or another as a kind of cameo. So yeah, and as you said, he's just a really nasty kid. He's basically his intention is to torture toys and basically ruin them. So yeah, and overall, I love how the fact that that they kind of they made the world, because it's a modern day movie, and they made the world look like a real world. It's basically they took the real world and they made it look animated. And I love the fact that they really reinvented the world, our world, or at least the world back when it was 1995, into an animated sequence. And like they had all I mean the 3D modeling was really good. Took a lot. I bet it took a long time to do all this, but the end result was fantastic. I was really impressed by how amazing it is. I mean, obviously the characters have changed in terms of of what they look. I mean, I think it came Toy Story 3. They had to like redo everything. But with this movie, it was like the first movie that they did as a 3D movie, and I like how they took the real world and they just implemented it into this computer. They basically captured a lot of stuff, and they made like they would model the cars were really good. The modeling was just spot on. And yeah, overall it was a really fun movie. It's enjoyable. It's really enjoyable. And the characters, like if it's one of those movies that has a rich, just so rich with fun characters to watch interact with each other and have their own little feel like that they have their own independent ways of thinking. Especially when they need a character, because it's voice acting is what you have. That's what you do. You voice act, and I feel like these characters, they really, I mean, even though they're original, like no one even knew what they were until they came out with the original character. And that's the beauty of Pixar, is that they always have a new idea. And I love the fact that they've re-innovated that into the movie. They were able to make it wonder at like what toys would be like if a kid wasn't playing with them, like I mentioned earlier. And it's really fascinating how that works out. And that's why I like this movie, because of that, because it's a new story. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun movie. I really liked it, and the fact that Sid. I mean, I think there's actually an actor. I can't remember where he plays, but he's an actor. I think he actually played one of the characters in the third Narnia movie. He was commented on the fact that he looks like Sid, and it's like, oh, thank you. I mean, I wouldn't know if you're complimenting over the fact that he looks like a villain, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, overall it was I'd give it a 10 out of 10 based off the fact that it had a really spot on reviews. I mean, the reviews were just fantastic. And that the best, actually I looked it up, and the best original song went to Even for Name, which is not surprising at all. Because that's a really heartwarming song. It even plays during the opening sequence. So yeah, and that comes to the end of this review. So overall, what did I think of it? I thought it was a really brilliant movie. And I'm very interested to see how the fourth movie plays out. Apparently I missed there was a short that took place after the third one, which I'll have to check out. But overall, I was really impressed with this movie. It left a good impression on viewers. It sold really well at the box office. It made over $300 or $300,000 on the box office, and it had 100%. I mean, not a lot of movies out there get 100%. I mean, usually not even animated ones get 100%, but this particular movie got 100%, which is crazy. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't subscribe? I do reviews like this and podcasts, and other EVBot stuff. I'm having a new one soon. And also make sure to subscribe to Ultimate Gaming, which is my new gaming channel, where every gaming video I have is on that channel now. I'm trying to get my stuff out as fast as I can, but it's getting harder because of the amount of time it takes to play a game. But anyway, and hey, if you missed last week's episode where I did Godzilla, I reviewed the 2014 reboot, then click right here. You can go check it out. It's a really great review. I express a lot of my opinions, and yeah, I will see you next time for the next episode reviewed. Alright, see ya.